Worker who traveled to America's Cup in Bermuda has to pay employer $5,000. A redundant employee was unjustifiably dismissed, but ended up having to pay her employer $5,000 for abusing her leave entitlement following a counterclaim. Former HR manager for Van den Brink Poultry, VDBP, Donna Stemmer took her claim of unjustified dismissal to the Employment Relations Authority. However, VDBP then launched a counterclaim over her travel to Bermuda for the America's Cup last year while she claimed she was sick. Stemmer was employed as an HR manager in July 2016 after a short fixed-term contract, following a restructure at VDBP. VDBP had set up a new plant in Mount Wellington, in Auckland, in January 2016 to automate processes from 2 other plants. Almost a year into her new role, on May 1, 2017, Stemmer received a letter from the VDBP's Chief Financial Officer Michael Sheridan stating her role had been replaced by an HR advisor's position at a lesser salary. VDBP said the reasons for her redundancy included that it saved $65,000 by replacing her position with an HR advisor on a salary of $100,000. The Era said there were genuine reasons for Stemmer's redundancy. The authority said that because a lot of the restructuring of employees following the setup of the Mount Wellington plant had already finished, there was no need for Stemmer's high level of expertise. But Stemmer alleged there was a rumor that a previous investigation about an alleged bullying by a manager resulted in the redundancy. Then she said her boss told her VDBP never made redundancies, and that she was entitled to apply for a lower position. But the Era found no evidence for any of the allegations, and said there was no improper motive in Stemmer's redundancy. However, it decided her redundancy was unjustified because the replacement HR advisor role was never actually created, and this was not conveyed to her. VDBP launched a counterclaim against Stemmer alleging she abused her leave entitlement when she went to Bermuda to attend the America's Cup. On May 22, Stemmer saw her doctor because she was suffering dizzy spells and got a doctor's certificate for taking discretionary paid leave, as she was not entitled to sick leave, from May 31 until June 14. When she returned to work on June 14, Stemmer had a final meeting with Sheridan where she raised a concern about a rumor that she had been made redundant because of an investigation about an alleged bullying by a manager. Sheridan offered to follow this up but did not report back to her. Stemmer said she was hurt and believed VDBP had not heard her concerns, and the discovery of the lack of redeployment contributed to her losing confidence and developing physical symptoms of stress-related illnesses. The Era ordered VDBP to pay Stemmer $15,000 as compensation. However, Stemmer was penalized for failing to tell her employer she went to Bermuda during her discretionary leave. Stemmer told the authority she traveled for health reasons, but the authority did not accept this. Long-distance travel cannot have alleviated her stress. I am not convinced about the justification for traveling for health reasons, the Era said. The impression was if Dr. Stemmer was well enough to travel to Bermuda, she may have been well enough to VDB to complete the redundancy process earlier. She has been ordered to pay VDBP $5,000.